ugly. The Diamondbacks ran into a buzzsaw. His name, Shohei Ohtani, mowing batters down, and they had big offense all night. A lot of traffic on the base paths, 7-0. And it is time for our post-game show, brought to you by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. There he is, Shohei Ohtani lowers his ERA to .74. Meanwhile, he was on base 5 times. Gracie, he had 3 hits and 2 walks.
So he was pretty good tonight, huh?
I don't know. I think you said it well. We were sitting here getting ready for the show, and it was 7-0, and you said it feels like 20-0, and that's
really
kind of how it felt.
Not only do you get shut out on 2 hits, but it took you a long time to get shut out. It was like over a 3-hour game. You don't see many shutouts go this long, so you had to just kind of deal with this one for a long time and just go home feeling kind of yucky tonight, Jody.
I mean, a mildly depressing stat is that the Dodgers were actually 4 for 15 with runners in scoring position. They left 14 on base, so it could have been worse.
That's probably why it felt like it should have been 20-0.
Could have been way worse. So let's begin, though, with Shohei Ohtani, who had more hits than he gave up, had more walks than he gave up. It was a pretty incredible performance, and started right away. And he did have some errant pitches, but he dialed it back in when he had to.
Yeah, Corbin Carroll, this shows the athleticism of Ohtani right there. If Corbin Carroll can fly, and Ohtani just bounces off the mound beautifully. And then it was just easy out after easy out, ground balls, strikeouts, the fastball, the assortment of breaking balls. Really, the Diamondbacks just had nothing for Shohei Ohtani, and that's kind of the norm for him. He doesn't give up too many base hits, but he'll break a batter 5. But you just see he's better than the rest of the league on the mound and at the plate. And he proved that here this evening.
It kind of brought up the Torey Lovello comment about he is one of those guys that belongs in a higher league, and it's kind of like little league when you're like, oh, this kid's ready to go to majors now, or well, where does Shohei go? Where does he go?
Yeah, and I used to say that before the injuries about Mike Trout. Yeah. Mike Trout was one of those guys, if there was a higher league, he would be there. And obviously, Torey was right talking about Shohei because, I hope you watch tonight, guys, because this is a special treat that you're probably not going to see at least for 50, 60 more years. Now, I'm not going to be around then. I know that's going to bum you out, Jody. But at the same time, this is a once-in-a-lifetime talent in Shohei Ohtani. So I hope you enjoyed it because he didn't disappoint tonight.
No, he was incredible. And, again, he pitches once a week. They have a plan for him, recovery. And that's why, again, we don't know how many times that we're going to see him again this year, even for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But they have a terrific rotation. We know they have a great team.
Yes.
And he certainly leads the way. Now, on the other side, we knew going in that Zack Gallen was going to have to be very, very good tonight. And unfortunately, instead of lowering his ERA, he bumped it up. It started at 5.16. And tonight, though, Zack Gallen ended up giving up 9 hits and 5 runs, 4 earned over 5 innings. So again, the Dodgers roughing him up a bit.
Yeah, and it started right here, just an error. I would give this one to the first baseman. As a former first baseman, Fernandez just didn't play that very well. Perdomo got the error, and of course, when you give a team like the Dodgers free bases and then you plate one right down the middle, Tucker hit that over the pool, and we've just seen way too much out of Zach recently with the long balls. There's way too many long balls.
Yeah, 3rd inning, it starts off with the walk to Shohei Ohtani, and then Pages right behind him.
Yeah, just right on the line there, and just like that, they got something going again. And that guy, Freddie Freeman, he just loves hitting against the Diamondbacks. 2 more RBIs for Freeman, and just like that, it was 4-0, Jody.
It certainly was, and then it continued more. Kyle Tucker after an out, another single, which then leads to Max Muncy, who's going to drive in another run, and it's 5-0.
Yeah, and that would be it. Zach went on to throw up 2 more shutout innings after all those hits and homers and whatnot. So that's a good thing. That's a glass half full look at it. At least he came out and threw 2 more shutout innings after the damage. But I think it's time to possibly be concerned about Zack Gallen, don't you think, Jody?
Well, you know, again, the one thing that you see there with him, one strikeout tonight, and he's even talked about this, an interview that I had with him recently after a game on the road, was like, what could I do? Maybe more whiffs, more strikeouts, because if you remember when we first got Zack Gallen over here from the Marlins, he would get into some trouble, and he would magically get out of it.
With a strikeout.
With a strikeout.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, it was a lot of changeup was nasty, curveball, fastball.
And he threw about 97 miles an hour, too. Now he's about 92, 93.
Yeah. So the box score, again, brought to you by Casino Arizona Talking Stick Resort. Was not the type of box score that you want to see. A lot of crooked numbers for the Dodgers, and unfortunately, just not a lot of anything going for the Diamondbacks. No offensive threat with Shohei Ohtani throwing 89 pitches over 6 innings. All right, more to come here from our post-game set, and we'll take another look at Shohei Ohtani. A nasty breaking ball there. The sweeper.
16 hits to 2.
Yeah. Diamondbacks postgame show is brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Playcation is back. Stay and play with rates as low as $129. And welcome back to Chase Field. Dodgers piled up 16 hits. The Diamondbacks just 2. Gabriel Moreno in the 4th and Geraldo Perdomo in the 6th inning. And Shohei Ohtani was in complete control, throwing curveballs at 70 miles an hour and fastballs at 99 miles an hour, keeping this team off balance. And it kind of spurred a conversation for us as we were getting ready for the post-game show of like, just how good is he at baseball? And in your years of playing the game, many, many years, and watching the game as a broadcaster and a coach, who else is in this conversation as far as guys who made baseball look easy?
Yeah, and there was 3 guys that stand out in my era, and it was Ken Griffey Jr., it was Alex Rodriguez, it was Barry Bonds, and now I'm adding Shohei Ohtani because this is the first time I've seen him hit live. This is the first time I've ever watched him pitch live. And he belongs in that category because baseball is easy for this young. All those guys on your that I listed, but this baseball is just so easy for Ohtani. I mean, probably the best hitter in all of baseball, and probably the best pitcher in all of baseball. How about a guy that could, depending on other pitchers in the National League, he could win the Cy Young Award and the MVP this year.
It's incredible.
And like I said, this guy's an anomaly. He just, once again, and then also he brings speed to the game. So the game is easy for this young man, and honestly, even though he took it to our Diamondbacks, it was a pleasure to watch this talent tonight because you're not going to see it in another lifetime.
Yeah, it is special, and I asked Dave Roberts before the game, why is he so much better? Why is this ERA 0.82? And he said, well, coming off Tommy John, and he's had a couple of issues with the elbow, but now he's got command of all his pitches, and I think that's what stood out to me is the fact that, not only is he throwing these pitches and they're nasty and they're moving, but he's throwing them exactly where he wants to have them.
And when with the talent that he's got and the stuff that he's got when he's on the mound, if he's hitting his spots, got his great command, you might as well just go home. Just go home because you're not going to hit him.
Well, that's no fun.
And that was proven tonight.
No, it really was. It was. And, as much as the D-backs wanted, they usually do a pretty good job of grinding out. They got him out after 6, but this game was it was totally in control for the LA Dodgers. And then Hernandez came in and kept it there, and there was just no threat. So you're absolutely right. I mean, watching Bonds through the years, I watched all those players that you mentioned, but the obvious separator, because I thought Bonds was so special.
Right.
But Shohei with the pitch, how can you even, again, we talked about this pregame. How do you even compare a guy who pitches at this level, elite pitcher, and elite hitter?
He's offensively as good as the guys that were listed, but add the pitching, add the size. This guy's got an ERA under 1. 0.73. We're in June. You kidding me?
Yeah, it's right up there amongst. I think Jacob deGrom still has the record through X amount of starts. Of course, he's had less starts typically, but it's like .56. But yeah, we're going to see this season go on and see what he ends up with. So, but yes, thank you for that perspective. That was a fun conversation.
Thank you.
All right, more to come, and we'll get some reaction to this one. But right now, hey, how about something a little more happy here? It's time to take out your tickets. Take out your tickets for the D-backs 50-50 raffle supported by Avnet Cares. The lucky winner will be taking home $30,699. Remember that all funds raised here today support the Arizona Diamondbacks Foundation's youth sports and outreach program. So thank you for that. And the winning number is 117372915. Visit dbacks.com/5050 for more information as we head to break. And we're going to wrap it up when we come back. And hey, there is tomorrow, and the Diamondbacks have a game again at night and try to get another win and split the series.
Exactly. Split tomorrow.
Time to look at our starters for tomorrow's fourth and final game in this series with the Dodgers. You've got the left-hander Justin Robleski, and boy, he's part of the six-man rotation. He's been doing great. 7-2, 2.87 ERA. Ryan Nelson goes for the Diamondbacks, and I don't know about you, Gracie, but Ryan, some days he's just like dominating. That fastball's incredible, and then other days, like in Seattle, gave up a couple solo homers, and it was a tough go.
We all know Ryan Nelson has that explosive fastball. But when he struggles with his other pitches, his off-speed pitches, his breaking balls, his changeup, when he's not throwing those for strikes, he turns into a one-pitch pitcher. And major league hitters, if they know a fastball's coming, and if you put it in the middle of the plate, they're going to hit it a long ways. And that's what has happened with Ryan the last couple of starts.
And we'll go through it all tomorrow. We'll preview a little bit of the history against the Dodgers, but he has had some really good outings against the Dodgers.
He has.
This Dodger team is red hot right now. They have won, do the math, 16 of 20 games, I believe it is. Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
I had to add the win tonight to the pregame notes that we had on how well they're doing right now. And it's hard to believe that just about a month ago, Shohei Ohtani was in a bit of a slump. His average at one point earlier this season was 233, 240, and he's just been red hot the last couple weeks.
Now he's over 300. And one more thing about Ryan Nelson. I want to say, after what transpired here the last three and a half hours or so, I hope Ryan Nelson takes this as a challenge. When he gets in his car this evening to go home and get ready for his start tomorrow night, I hope he takes this as a challenge. I've got an opportunity, even though the Dodgers have outplayed the Diamondbacks, I hope he says, you know what, we got a chance to split with the best team in the National League and hop on my shoulders. Guys, I'm going to take us to the promised land. I hope he accepts this challenge that the Los Angeles Dodgers present.
I love that. And I mean, I think I'll take it one further. I agree. It has to start with Ryan Nelson.
Exactly.
But, the whole team, too.
Good point.
Right?
Good point.
I mean, Robleski, tough customer. But you're right. It does start with pitching because Eduardo Rodriguez did show us the way in Game 1. They only scored one run in that game. So.
That's true. That's true. So there's been some history.
Plenty to ponder. All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. This has been quite an evening watching the dominance of Shohei Ohtani out on the mound, giving up just 2 hits against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then at the plate all series long, he has been a big-time threat. Kyle Tucker added a homer as well. So we will see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for our pregame show. Don't miss it. We're back for Ryan Nelson and Robleski on the mound as the D-backs look for a split of the series. Have a great night, everybody.